Hello, I'm Sean Walker. I'm Customer Support Engineer for ViaLite, and today I'd like to introduce you to our 3U 19-inch rack system. I'll go through some of the features of the system, the dual redundant power supplies, the modules that are available, some of the fibre connection, and some of the other features of the 19-inch rack. So our 3U rack option comes with dual redundant power supplies. So as you can see, we have two power supplies powering the chassis, and if we remove one of the power supplies, as you can see, we continue to see operation through the rest of the chassis. So if I reinsert that power supply, and you can see I drop the second power supply out and the chassis continues to operate. So we have full power redundancy with our dual redundant power supplies. So available with our 19-inch rack, our 3U chassis is our SNMP monitoring card. This module is our HRC3 card, and this monitors the cards in the chassis. As you can see, there's an amber LED which is flashing to indicate that the SNMP is continuing to poll the cards for the alarm status. So currently we have no alarms on the system, but if I remove a fibre from the rear port of one of the modules, this will introduce a reduced light level, a received light level alarm in the card, and you can see that is indicated by a red LED on the front. This is also reflected on the SNMP card with a red LED to indicate that there's an alarm on the chassis, and if I reinsert the fibre, you'll see the module alarm clears and the SNMP returns to green condition. One of the other things we use quite frequently in optical systems is an optical power meter, and I've got one here. So what I want to show you, this is a good tool for confirming the outputs from your modules and also for confirming the quality of the fibres. So I've got some TX cards in here. I think I've got a TX, a 1 GHz TX card, which should give me an output light level of around about 4.5 dBm. So if I take the end of the fibre and just pop it into the optical power meter, and it will give me a measurement of the optical power reading, and as you can see, we have a reading there of in the region of 4.25 dBm optical. We've got another card in here, one of our C-band cards, which uses a higher power laser. So if I remove the fibre from the receive card, you'll see an alarm introduced into the system because I've removed the fibre. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to measure the optical output from the TX card on that fibre. And as you can see, this one has given me an optical power measurement of 6.15. So it's a slightly high powered laser. What this will help us do though is also to confirm the quality of the fibres that are used in your system. So if you measure the signal at the end of the fibre and you find that that is much reduced from the signal from the output of the card, then obviously it would indicate an issue with the fibres. So having an optical power measurement on site is ideal for installing and commissioning the equipment, and you can check that the power signals are being fed through to the correct places. One of the things that I want to go through with you today is the cleaning of the fibres. Fibre cleaning is really important in optical systems. And if the fibres are not clean and there's dirt or hair or anything on the end of the tip of the fibre, this will affect the performance and it will affect the signal. So it's really important that we clean the fibres, and the way that we do this is we use a lint-free cloth. One of the tools that we use is this cleaning cassette, and as you can see, when you press the button on it, it exposes 2 layers of lint-free cloth. And what you do with your fibre is you take the end of the fibre, SCAPC in this instance, and we just give it a little twist and a pull on each of the lint-free lines that are shown there on the cassette, and then we pop that back into the receptacle on the back of the module. Now, if you can get yourself one of these cassettes, they're very useful. There are a number of tools available that can be used. One thing we do provide is our fibre optic cleaning kit. So if you've bought one of our systems, you'll receive one of these cleaning kit packages. And inside the package, you'll find a very small pad with some lint-free cloths in there, which are ideal for cleaning your system. So again, take the end of the fibre, and what you need to do is just expose one of the pads on the on the cloths, and the same as with the cassette, give it a little twist and a pull and follow the end on the pad, and that will clean the fibre for you. It's very important as well that you use the dust caps available with the fibres. So obviously these can get quite dusty and dirty in certain environments, so whenever you're not using your fibre, give it a clean first of all, using the cassette or the pad that we've supplied, and just pop the dust cap on the end. Same for the other end. Give the fibre a small clean, pop the dust cap on, and then your fibre is ready for use next time you need to plug that in. So it's very, very important to clean the fibres. If you're seeing any problems with your system, the very first thing you should check is the quality of your fibres. So make sure you've got a good cleaning cassette or one of our pads. Give all the fibres a good clean before you connect them to your modules, and make sure you use your dust caps when they're not in use.